yesterday that you'll wait until after the postseason to kind of look back and reflect on everything, but to go out and do what you did on this stage tonight, considering everything that you've been through to get to this point, what does this mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, I've been waiting for this moment since I was, 5 years old, and I was really amped going into the night, and I just tried to really keep myself calm. And Buster called another great game like he always does. We played great defense, like we have, basically since the start of the second half, and we knocked some runs on Sanchez. He's tough, man. He's been tough on us in the past, and we were able to get some runs off of him, and we made it stand up.
The Enchiladas in Detroit, how do they stack up?
They were decent. They worked. No runs. They worked. They were decent. Then not at the top of my list, but they got the job done.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, back to you.
For more, we bring in Sean Estes, and I know you spoke with Vogelsong immediately after another dominating performance. Can even he wrap his brain around what's going on here?
No, I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's fun to watch. It's been another ho-hum, stellar starting pitching performance from the San Francisco Giants. Like you said earlier, 2 runs in the last 6 games. And Ron Vogelsong is really living a dream right now, Scott. I mean, he really is. Pitching his first World Series game, really stepping up when he needed to. Once again, 5 2/3. He would have liked to go longer in the game. He went out there really with 2 pitches tonight and got it done. Held him scoreless. He had a fastball and he had a changeup. Didn't have his breaking ball. He said he had a great breaking ball in the bullpen. Came out to the mound during the game. He lost it and didn't have a good feel for it. But his game plan was to get the hitters out, the Detroit Tiger hitters out, with fastball command and a changeup. And he did that. Obviously, the big at bat of the game, Miguel Cabrera with the bases loaded, everybody in the house standing up, ready for the big hit. And he got him out. Big at bat right there, and it could have been the difference in the whole series if they win this thing.
They haven't trailed in 54 innings. I mean, this is getting absurd, the run that this team is on, but they do need one more game to close it out. What's it like when you're in that clubhouse now and trying to convince yourself that it's just like any other game, but clearly it's not.
Well, I mean, no one's come back from 3-0 deficit in a World Series game, so they got that going for them.
Yep.
Yet there was nobody that came back from a 2-0 deficit in the division series in a long time either, and they came back to do that. So they cannot let their guard down. They got to still find a way to keep their edge. Matt Cain has to go out there and pitch his game tomorrow. You don't want to allow that momentum to swing back in the Tigers' favor. I know that they still have the ability to go home and play if they lose games 4 and 5. Selfishly, I would like to see them win on their home turf just for the fans to win and be able to celebrate in San Francisco. But they want to win tomorrow. They want to win while they're here. Bruce Bochy knows, like I said, if you let the momentum shift back in their team's favor, anything can happen. So, yeah, Matt Cain's going to take the ball tomorrow, the right guy in the right situation, and in Game 4, they want to put the nail in the coffin.
Careful what you wish for, my friend. The Giants are going to try and get it done in Game 4 with all due respect. We'll have much more from Detroit coming up in just a bit. For now, let's get it back to the studio.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Giants now just a single win away from their second championship in just 3 years. Next, we head back to Motor City to hear from that winning clubhouse. And to the hardwood, it's playoffs of